The 14 files, everything's in the black. We have about $250,000 in the general fund, road funds. That 1.2 million there includes funds that we have for a special project coming up this year, but all of them are still in the black. There's nothing on the bills that I'm aware of that's out of the ordinary this month. So.
Okay, need a motion and second.
I make a motion to approve treasurer's report.
We have a motion. We have a second. John, any more discussion? Hearing none, roll request.
I don't have any requests on this one.
Okay. The next item is to approve the payment for Blaine CBDG.
You skipped bills, Judge.
Oh, sorry. Approve the bill, yeah.
Regular bills.
Motion and second to approve the bill.
They're in your folders, just the regular bills. There's nothing special on there, like I said.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills. So the motion made by Mouse,
I'll second that.
second by David. Any more discussion? Hearing none, roll. The next item is to approve payment for Blaine CBDG. I think they're getting what percentage advance? This should be 80%.
Yeah, this should be over 80% after this deal. I would think, they're on schedule, they should be finished by the end of June.
I need a motion and a second.
I'll make a motion to approve this.
Got a motion made and second. Any more discussion? Hearing none. Next item is the Blue Call Cyber Security Proposal.
So in your package, you'll see ones that look like this. Blue Call is a company that we currently work with for our phone systems, I believe in 911 and a few other places. They also handle our emails. On the second page of that package, you'll see that there are KRS requirements for us to have cybersecurity and IT for the county. And so we're going to be contracting, upon your guys' approval, contract with Blue Call to take care of you to that. They will, the current proposal we have in front of us includes 9 computers, but we're looking at probably about 16 or 17 total. It'll be less than $2,000 a month, and they will handle all of our physical IT, all of our cybersecurity, all of our firmware security, basically everything with all the county computers, and they'll all be linked together at that point so that we can make everything happen in the county more efficient. I believe the county attorney's office, the PVA, and the library already contract with Blue Call to do the same thing for them.
Motion and second.
I need a motion and a second to accept the Blue Call as the county IT and cybersecurity.
Okay, need a motion and second.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Rick. I'll second. Second by Mike. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call as a clerk. Invitation to bid on blacktop, gravel, and fuel.
I'll make a motion to give the clerk authorization to buy bids for blacktop gravel and fuel.
We have a motion.
I'll second that.
We have a second. Any more discussion? Hearing none, roll. Second reading for fiscal year 25 and 26 budget.
So this is the budget that you guys approved, I think it was last month. Sent it to DLG, they made no changes to it, so this is identical to the one that we approved at the first reading. The only changes this year was a few things had to be increased, like the PVA's contribution and salaries and things that would naturally happen every year. Our match for retirement actually, I think, went down this year, a few points, but other than that, everything just rose with the normal inflation rates.
I'll make a motion to approve the second reading of the budget.
We have a motion.
I'll say.
There's a second. Any more discussion? Hearing none. Next item is to approve sheriff 24 franchise settlement. Hearing none, roll call. Next item is to approve the sheriff's 24 property tax settlement.
Judge Carter, all those will be due pending the audit that needs to be stated in the minutes too.
Okay.
I approve the property tax pending audit.
Okay. We have
I'll second.
a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Hearing none, sheriff's tax settlement payment.
I make a motion to approve.
We have a motion
I'll second.
and a second. John, any more discussion? Hearing none, the next item is to approve closure of Cross Street point section.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion,
I'll second.
second. Any more discussion? Hearing none, roll call. Item is to appoint viewers to Ann Hammond Addition Point Section Road closure. I think we had a party, is that, the street,
Maple Street.
there's no
Judge,
street.
Judge Carter, I've got a copy of the plan. This is all right, purchased property just recently. It's similar to the one y'all just closed, on Cross Street. The one y'all just closed, the property on both sides. On theirs, there's actually other property. You all need to want viewers to go look at that and report back to the fiscal court.
I make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion
I'll second that.
and a second. Any more discussion? Hearing none, roll call, you were right, Vince.
Yes.
I believe, Travis would probably be one. Is he?
It needs to be citizens, Judge.
Citizens.
Yeah, non-interested parties is what it needs to be.
Unless I pick someone.
Disinterested.
I don't see anybody in the audit, so I don't have.
We'll have to come up with someone. Okay. Next is to report on Pasture Lane Shepherd's Ranch. The Johnny, all the paperwork done.
We'll have to do a resolution on this, Judge, if the county, if the fiscal court decides to, and I think that was the issue with this property, or this road. There was some issues after the 911 come in, is that correct, sir?
The only thing that happened was, is after 911 put up the little sign that Pasture Lane, then there's a question that made that something like a new road or something, but it's always been Shepherd Branch, that whole holler there belongs to the county as far as maintaining, the roadways up there, and it never became a question, never had no problem with it until you say that Pasture Lane doesn't show up on your road list. But, it always has been, and, really just need to resolve it that.
Bishop Lane was just here a couple months ago. I wasn't able to be here last month, but that's why I had to put it back on the agenda. Back in '94, this is how long it's been going on. County attorney at that time, Bill Jackson, had went down there, he done a findings and facts on it, and we have a copy of that fiscal court minutes. So somehow along the way, this is a spur off of Shepherd Branch, but their addresses are Shepherd Branches. In Pasture Lane somewhere in the state system, it's shown as a private road. So this needs to be, a resolution or something to be resolved, so that it's put on as a county road, or part of the county road.
So we just made a motion, we just made a resolution,
For the resolution to add it to, as it is a Shepherd Branch.
You can, and then, yeah, I mean, you can send viewers down there and look at it, report back, and do a resolution. But a lot of times when other roads through 5Co and stuff, we've had to do resolutions to get that put in the, in the system, so it reflects with the rural highway, transportation.
The main thing that I want to get across though is that it always was part of Shepherd Branch, so if you're making a new resolution to adopt it, It probably needs to adopt something that's already there.
It probably needs to refer back to the findings of fact that Mr. Jackson did. Whenever, Johnny and them draws up the resolution, it will give a history of what happened.
Everything from, honestly, from, the mouth of the road as it comes in there, up to where it breaks off into individual, driveways and things belongs to, or always has belonged to the county. We've always taken good care of it, and we appreciate it all. But when we call in recent times, then the question arose, well, Pastor Lane doesn't show up. And, I'll take the sign down if you let me. We'll put a Pastor Lane up there too, you know, it's just that simple of a situation.
We just need a resolution.
Yeah.
You just make a resolution that makes it clear that it's all partnership.
Chris, that's it.
I don't say Pastor Lane.
I wanna make a resolution that we, refer back to the 1994 finding of facts and adopt this our own system like it should be. Okay?
We have a motion, but that's in the form of a motion.
Yeah.
Need a second?
Thank you, Sam.
Dave, second. Any more discussion? Hearing none, roll call. What are they requesting? $4. Is any of the holler here? Here? You want? Don't come up here.
We were approached solid waste for last month, in terms of fee structure issues, concerns from the haulers. They need to raise the rates somewhat, so what we as a solid waste board, heard the concerns and saw that there was a pretty good difference between the senior rate and the regular rate. We recommend as a board that we raise the fees to reflect a 15% senior discount once the rates are changed, which would be $17 for seniors and $20 for everyone else. The ordinance reads that the haulers are supposed to come to the petition court for a raise. However, they did come to us, so we're just passing the information on to you all, what we saw and heard to the fiscal court, and then, that's it, but, I'll let the haulers speak, that's what we talked about.
Anything you want to say?
We are one of the ones that approached for the rate increase fees. Part of it is we're losing money, so it's a matter of if we can't see some kind of, there's big discrepancy between the seniors and the regular. And we've had to talk about maybe even pulling out of the county, because we're just, with the rising cost across the country and everything, it's even an issue in Johnson County. There is no senior rate there, but that we just don't know what else to do.
Man, for the minutes, you don't say Charles' name.
Oh.
Yeah,
You
I'm
all
Charles.
have the same-
I'm Charles Luss with Apple Valley Sanitation.
And Sarah.
Somehow over the years, it has went from just been a couple dollars difference to been a $7 difference.
Yes.
Well, then you've got seniors that probably their kids and all them filling in on that route, that's making it very, very difficult for the haulers to make a living.
Yeah, I've always been a proponent that there should be a percentage discount off of the regular rate, so if it's 10% or 15%, fine, but if you're raising the regular rate, then everything behind it comes along with it. But when I first took over 10 years ago, the previous administration had raised the regular rate, but didn't raise the senior rate, and then another time the regular rate got changed, and then the senior rate got bumped $1, so it's not proportional. And it hasn't trended.
But in this proposal, the seniors will be allowed the same amount of bags as the regular rate now also.
Yeah, I've never given the seniors any different, like a lower bag limit or anything. You know, we pick everybody up the same regardless of whether they're a senior citizen or a non-senior citizen.
But there is a restriction rate with the other halls.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Should-
We ought to just do it all the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it ought to be, all the same if we raise it up.
Yeah, on the back restrictions.
Right.
Everybody should get the same amount.
So everybody's in agreement, if you're not gonna raise the regular rate now, just bring the seniors up to it, but give them a 15% discount. So they'd actually be
17.
17 and 20 instead of 20 and 13. Which is, because y'all have to pay by the ton when you get rid of this, correct?
Correct. Yes.
And the bag limits stay the same for everyone now.
Yeah, I mean, the base limit would be the same for seniors as. I mean, I know you said you always let everybody whatever, but some of the other halls, there was a restriction in there, like they got less bags, but we're saying now, if we raise this rate, we want everybody to have the same amount of bag carry.
That's fine with me, 'cause that's how I've always treated it. So
Yeah,
the other
good deal.
two can, I'm not gonna speak for them, but
If they pass this proposal, it will be pending a contract, because you'll have to have a franchise, you will have to, there will be some stipulations in there. So it will be pending a contract, and this contract will be yearly. So there will be, a contract for you all to sign. So I need a motion that, pending a contract.
Now, in this proposal, so the effective date, it says in here is June the 1st, so is that what you are going with, or?
If we can get the contract in with them, yes, we should be able to.
With that contract would probably include ordinance updates, so.
Yes.
Mention that.
Yes.
can we get a copy of that? Is that written out yet?
No, it's not been written out yet, that's what I'm saying, when we get it drawn up, you all will be notified, you'll come in, you can read it, you agree to it, you sign it, and rock on.
Rock on.
I need a motion pending contract.
Garbage on.
John made a motion, and Mike second. All, any more discussion? Hearing none, roll call. The ethics board, be David McKenzie, Gene Davis, and Elaine Desario.
I'll make that motion.
Do we have a motion?
I'll say.
Second, any more discussion? Hearing none, roll call. Vincent Museum Board, trustees or members, John Skaggs, not John, and Garrett Tommy to the Vincent Museum Board. Need a motion and a second.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made for David
I'll second.
and second for Rick. Any more discussion?
The Sons of the American Legion Post 342 in Willard, in conjunction with the Webbville Volunteer Fire Department, did a food giveaway at the Webbville Fire Department. I want to thank Judge Carter and Vince and Chris for allowing us to come out and give away that they did here and kind of stand around in the way to see exactly the best way to do it. I'd also like to thank Judge Carter and Vince for helping us prepare what we needed to get done out there at the station to make it happen. I'd like to thank the Sheriff's Office for getting in contact with Jeff McCarty to come out and help us with traffic. Sheriff Jackson and some of his people come out and checked on us periodically as the day went on to make sure that everything went smooth. Susie New come out and helped us, and I just want to tell y'all how much it was appreciated that you all helped us put this on. We kept up with the number of families that we served, the number of seniors that we served, and the number of veterans that we served. The number that stood out to me the most was we provided for 121 families that day. And by letting that happen, the Sons of the American Legion made a donation to the Feeding Hunger Food Bank. Or Facing Hunger Food Bank, I'm sorry. And I received a thank you card from her that stated that the donation that the Sons of the American Legion gave would provide 4,500 meals to people that's facing food shortages and insufficiency. And I said, you guys helped us out a whole lot, we appreciate it greatly, and it went so well, we're gonna be doing another one in June. So I just wanted to let you all know that your all's help with setting it up and doing it, it went really well, and there's a whole lot of people that benefited from it.
Thank you, and thank you, our department, for setting it up.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, and while I was up there, I'm the advocate for the Sons, and I presented the check to the food bank. Billy told me to tell Vince and Phil that he got to talk to you on the phone all the time, but he would like to be able to come up there and meet you in person and take you on a little bit of a tour of their facility. I did, when I took the check up there, it's one huge operation.
Okay, we have our superintendent with us today. Lynn?
Thank you for letting me speak for just a moment. Of course, we're wrapping up the school year very quickly. Last day for students is June the 3rd. That's the Tuesday, first Tuesday of May, or I'm sorry, of June. We have several activities going on as we wrap up the school year over the next couple of weeks, but a couple of them I wanted to point out in particular to make sure that you're aware of. The first one is next Wednesday morning, and that is the dedication ceremony for the new LAVEC, or the vocational edition. And it will start at 10 a.m. in Lawrence County High School. We'll start in the gymnasium with the ceremony and then go over to do tours of the new edition. We've sent out invitations and put out information about that. We'd love to have everyone that's available to attend. Really excited about that opportunity for kids. It will be new space for our junior ROTC program. They will be in part of the building. If you've seen the space they've been in since 1977, it is a classroom that sits over top of the gym, and they have outgrown it years ago. So this is a great new facility for them. Also, our carpentry program will have a new space inside of this building. Carpentry is currently one of our most popular programs or pathways at the high school. They're in the old, what it started as the auto department, and they really don't have enough room in there either for all of themselves and their equipment. So this will give them much more elbow room and places to lay out their saws and different equipment. And it also has a new greenhouse for our ag program. So we're really excited about these opportunities for kids, and we want to show this off to the community. So we'd love to see you next Wednesday, the 28th at 10 a.m. Next Friday night, the 30th, beginning at 7 o'clock, is our Lawrence County High School graduation. And we are doing that inside of the gymnasium as well. So a couple items I wanted to make sure I invited everyone out to. And again, thank you for your support all through the year. Definitely a unique weather year, and I honestly, in the years I have coming up as superintendent, I hope to never have to repeat it. Thank you all.
With us today, Ryan Blake, with Texas Power. Would you like to say anything?
I would just say, Judge, we really appreciate the relationship with you, and have spoken with Vince during these past couple of storms we've had this year. You know, trying to make sure we get the power back on as soon as possible, and working with you. And if we have down trees in the area, so we really do appreciate that. We know we've got some weather coming in today, and we'll be ready for it. So, but if you have any questions or any other members, please let me know. And I'll leave you my card when I leave. But I know you have my number. But if there's anything we can do, please let us know.
We really appreciate you, and you really keep us on this stuff, and it does a great job, so we appreciate you.
Thanks, sir. No, we want to be right up front with you there. We got others in the area, so we can do that. So again, if you need me, you know, I got all of it.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, on the road situation, we are working long hours. We're limited on manpower
obviously, that were hit by the deadly tornadoes. We just had typical trees, power lines down. We did have one house that got damaged, the roof. They were okay, so no injuries. And just like Mr. Lane just talked about, we have another storm coming in this evening that we've been monitoring and continue to update people on. But hopefully Mother Nature will give us a break here soon. We never need it.
Literally, you're gonna stop this.
I know, right?
Job security.
Right.
You may be on.
Right.
Judge Carter, on the side of trees, I don't have anything from the clerk's office currently, but, well, we do have delinquent tax letters went out from the county attorney's office yesterday, so we are collecting the delinquent tax, staying busy on that side of it. But on tourism, you are familiar with Senate Bill 63 that passed. CACO, done a sample ordinance on that. Wes couldn't be here today, he had to be in Frankfurt, but you'll have a representative come. If y'all have any questions that's concerning, me and the sheriff have been talking about that, I'm going to bring them tomorrow, that will cover that on licensing and allowing UTVs and all-terrain vehicles on roadways for tourism and stuff, for trails, they've done this statewide. It'll be a big impact for, especially here in Eastern Kentucky. I know that Frontier Trails and stuff, they're working. Mr. Goldway, Adrian Goldman's working on that, so. But hopefully by next month, someone will be here to speak on that. You all can move forward on the ordinance and what roads those will be allowed on. I don't know if the sheriff has anything he wants to say.
Frankfurt is kind of clarifying some of the issues.
They are clarifying transportation can, because they have to meet certain safety requirements. Not just any ATV can be on the roadway, and they'll have to pass an inspection that the sheriff's office will conduct. And then as long as it meets those requirements, then they can come to the office and pay fees to get a license plate, like a motorcycle plate will be issued. And those will be tiled and allow them to be, there'll be certain requirements. So we probably just need to educate the public that it's not for everybody to ride ATVs on the roadways and stuff like that. Those are, they have to be licensed and be, there'll be a lot of questions. Yes, stuff like that. It'll be on the safety issues. They're working on the trail system here in Eastern Kentucky. I know Martin County has some, Johnson County. They're coming down our way trying to establish trails and stuff. I know Andrew could probably speak more on that. He's our representative and stuff. But like I said, it'll be an impact. I mean, it's economic impact for the county. That's all I have.
Just a cool update on the fairgrounds this past Saturday, our FFA and 4-H had a horse show for the kids, turned out really nice, had a decent crowd. Last night, they had a clinic for the kids with the livestock up there where they brought their sheep, hogs, chicken, dragons, worked with them on, learning how to shoot sheep, showing their stock, just a lot of good comes out of it for you. Thankful for the Fiscal court that helps us with that place and have a place for our kids. But it's been really busy. Our fair will be here before you know it, in July. We switched rodeo companies. Actually, we got the same company as like the Ohio State Fair and some of them, and gonna be a change up. Really excited about it. I think it'll go really good this year. A lot going on.
The new building, it's supposed to have already been started, but they balance